Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bookish Artist Mandy. I'm coming at you today with a small Vanness haul. So I got some new inks that I wanted to try. The new Robert Oster STICKII, which sounds like skibbity to me. I am around too many middle schoolers and children. Brain rot is rotting my mind. I got Stationery inks. So I got the ones that I don't have just in samples because I want to do the full line, and that will be, I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow or by the end of the week. I say these things, but I just want to make sure that I'm not over stressing myself while I'm back working now. Robert Oster Lipstick Red. Viewer on my channel a couple weeks ago said I'd probably really like this one since I like muted reds, so I'm excited to try that. Another Stationery, so I will not swatch those today. I'm excited to try this one. I have wanted to try Dominant Industry Maple for a long time, so finally just decided to grab it because I was grabbing some other stuff. This one is Tasha's Aka Sakura. Don't know what that means, but or at least Aka, because Sakura isn't that the cherry blossom? Not positive, but I'll have to look it up. Wearing Ghouls Autumn Night in 1,000 Years. I've wanted to try this one as well, and somebody was doing it. I think they did it in the 30 Inks 30 days on Simone's Discord, so I thought, oh, I gotta try that. Stationery's Smoky Navy. Van Diemen's Mad Half Hour. Gosh, where did I see this one? I saw this on a video. I know that, so I'm very excited to try that one as well. Stationery Modern Red. Tom Studio Kingfisher, which has a shimmer. And I wanted to try this. My friend didn't have it, so I thought, you know, I don't want to get a whole bottle from Vanness or Atlas, so I will try Vanness's, what do you call it? Sample. And see if I like it, because if it's really similar, it looks to me like it's going to be really similar to Diamine's Arctic Blue, and I have a full bottle of that. So being smart instead of just grabbing. Same thing with these Stationery. I thought about just buying the bottles, and I'm like, no, try the samples first, because what if you don't like these particular ones? Because there's a reason why sometimes you're not interested in things. Stationery's Lady Emerald. So I've got those 5 are for that video, so I'm not even going to swatch them right now. But I do want to show you the other things that I got, because the ink wasn't the big reason I was ordering this time. I just added the ink because I wanted to. Okay. I always like getting ink samples. It's kind of like this issue I have. Maybe issue is not the right word, but it's kind of like this compulsiveness I have when I'm shopping Vanness. But this all came in this really nice bag to separate it from the inks. I really like how they packaged that to make sure that this stuff stayed safe. So I want to test this on screen. This is a Ro-Biki note, which is Yamamoto. We use waxed paper for the cover, just like aging process of leather. This notebook gets more creases and glossy surface the more you use it. Oh, I love that. But I thought this one was really pretty, so I want to try ink on it. It's got a dot grid, but you can barely see the dots. Maybe if you can get really close, but you can barely see the dots. They are there. They're green. They're nice light green. So I'm excited to try that because I don't know what kind of paper it has, but it says it's Yamamoto paper. It doesn't say what kind of Yamamoto paper, and I know they have a lot of different kinds. So I was in the mood for some new washi tapes. This one made me so happy. I've got a bunch of Archer and Olive sweater, what do you call it? Yeah, sweater washi tapes. And I thought that this would match them really well. Let's pull this off. I got there, and I have a sweater, like square notebook from them. It's the square size. That it was their sub kit last December. So I thought that this would be really cute with it. I will pull those out here in just a second, but yeah, And then this one is books. Maybe I can get it without having to grab my scissors. No, cannot. I'm getting used to having gel on my fingers and I can't use my nails like I was, but my nails were also not in the healthiest of places, so I hadn't been taking my collagen, so everything was getting kind of icky. I don't want to ruin the washi tape, but I want to get this. Yeah, there we go. If I cut a little bit, like a couple layers is fine. I just don't want to ruin the whole tape. And see me dealing with that. Okay, so there's that one. It's kitties. I'm so excited. So excited. This one's kitties in a latte. And I thought these were really cute. Maybe? Okay. No. Yeah, I haven't. It's funny how I will buy all the ink in the world, and I will buy all the notebooks, I'll buy all the pens, but washi tapes and stickers, I'm just a little bit more picky on, which is interesting to me. Yeah, and just because I always have the thought that I can just draw it, but I do like to decorate my pages. So I got this to match this. This is Meow Amore Creative, and so these are all the same brand. And so I thought this would be really great with these, but this one I just thought would go with some of my other stuff. So there's that. And then I got some KOFI numbers. So I used in my planner, I used some of the brand Coffee Monsters Co. Numbering for my calendar, and I really liked it. So I saw these and thought, okay, awesome. I can use this. I think I might use this one for November because I'm trying to make my own for October. So I'm actually working on that. My iPad died, so it was perfect timing because it's just showed up. And then I love these birds. I just couldn't when I saw them. They were so cute. They remind me of that Beverly bird stamp. I've had my eye on it. I think finally I'm gonna take the plunge and buy it because it's like a little bird on top of an ink bottle. I have one that's Totoro and I have my own that I got custom made, so it's really hard for me to decide that, okay, I'll get that stamp, but I have been looking at it for a year. So I think that now that I have these, yeah, I think I can get it. All right, and then I got a Lock-B dot grid in B5 size. I'm very excited about having the B5 size. I have been feeling B5 for some reason in the last couple weeks, so I got this in a light term, and this one's got the 68 GSM Tomoe River, and it's set. Oh, this is one 72 pages. Usually they think they're 64 or 68, something like that. No, not 68, but 64, but they're not this big, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, I got the B5, so I just want to try it and see if it's just kind of a phase or if I'm actually really enjoying B5. So I just got 2 notebooks because I don't want to go crazy and go ham. But I also ordered, in another order, I ordered a pencil, like one of these things. What do you call these things? The pencil boards. So, because my A5 one is going to be a little bit too small. Anyway, that is that. Okay. Oh, goodness, I have a garbage bag hanging out here too. This is my day. So these are the sweatery ones that I have had for Archer and Olive. And then the notebook, which is buried under stuff, so I won't pull it out, but the notebook looks like a knitted sweater. So I thought that this one would look great with these, as I'm rolling other ones around, and I definitely think so. Like, that's going to be really cute, especially, like, I think this might be my December color scheme. Definitely, that will be nice. So I'm really trying to think and be mindful more so when I'm getting things. I'm slowing down, which is really, really nice. and really being thoughtful on what I am grabbing and grabbing things for a purpose and a reason, especially since I'm going to be starting to work more and more. I won't have as much time. It's been a lot of me at home, and that's not going to be the case coming up. But these were ones that I have from Archer and Olive as well, and looking at those will definitely be a nice set. And I also have this other one that I forgot to grab. It's this one. This one is BGM, and this one is tiny, tiny, tiny. When you look at the thinnest of these right here, that's probably not even the thinnest here. It's way thinner, which I love to have for tiny thing. I like to have the different sizes, but I thought that when I was thinking about this, I thought these would be great. And I love to draw coffee things. So I have a lot of stickers upcoming that are coffee and that I've done in the past that are coffee. And so, yeah, I think these are gonna be great. And I didn't have anything black. All the other kitty book stuff, like the stickers and everything, were sold out on Vanness. So I'm hoping they restock them. If not, I might have to sneak somewhere else and grab them. But I like to shop at Vanness first. They really treat us customers wonderful, and I just appreciate them. And they are somebody that I do have an affiliate code with now, and that is Bookish Mandy. And it's because I like them so much. So that is that. And let's see here. I want to test this paper. Should I test it? I think I'm going to test it in the back. I think people do their test page in the back sometimes. I don't know. Some people do it in the front, some people do it in the back. So I have a broad nib here. This is an Esterbrook broad nib on one of my maker pens. And this is a very wet broad nib. So I'm going to write test page. This ink is Kitty Ink Pot. I'm obsessed. Okay, so this is my broad nib. Look at that. Really low energy today, so bear with me. I do have, this one is a Pilot broad nib with 18 karat gold. And it's a little less broad and a little less juicy. Broad nib Pilot. I am always looking for good little, like, throw in your purse pocket notebooks so I can jot down ideas or have with me, or even sometimes I just like to have them for commonplacing. I don't know. And this is a medium Pilot nib. I even forgot what ink is in here. I think that is Yamabuki, or not Yamabuki. That is, that's one of the Sailor Shikiori. It's the really dark, beautiful green. I forgot what it was called. This is a Pilot medium, but it's a steel nib, but it's got Birmingham Pen Company ink, which is a very wet nib. Or not very wet nib, very wet ink. Medium nib Pilot. And I have found that sometimes Birmingham Pen Co. inks tend to bleed more than others. But I have been on a Birmingham Pen Co. ink kick lately. It doesn't look like it's bleeding or feathering any of these, which is nice. And it's not, I don't know what the GSMs for this paper are either. If somebody does know, let me know. This is another steel nib. This is the Pilot Fine. I'm just grabbing what I have on my desk right now. And this is a Rohrer and Klingner ink. Oh, it's going on there, lovely. Yeah, this is gonna be nice paper. Let's see here, one more. This is another Pilot Fine, but this is a 14 karat gold, and it's Pilot Euro Shizuku ink. This is not 14, this is 18 karat gold. So I have been just obsessed with my vanishing points lately, so if you couldn't tell. Yeah. Oh, they're pretty much all I'm using lately. Let's try this one too. I'm gonna try some Diamine Forever ink. And then also want to do an ink swatch. And I've got just a random ink here because it's nice to see how ink, when it pools, how it's gonna look. Since I do a lot of ink swatching in a lot of different books. So there is all of that. We'll leave that. And I'm gonna grab my other notebook here because I want to do some swatching of these new inks. So I will be right back. Okay, so this is one of the Hobonichi like little tiny notebooks I've had since 2022, 2023. So it's like quote unquote the good paper. I don't know the difference, to be quite honest. But I do know that I like this paper decently enough. I had this was one that I randomly found in a drawer and I wanted to finish it since I have been using them. But you can see the ink swatches do get quite ghosted. They ghost a lot. Okay, so what one was this one? This one is Robert Oster's STICKII. And I don't know what STICKII is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be like the brain rot STICKII? Because that's not what that looks like, but okay. But also, this is an interesting color for brain rot. It's very, but I don't know if that's it. Somebody's probably gonna laugh at me, but you know that you're around youngsters. Youngsters, I say. We say youngsters. You know you're around young kids when, yeah. Where is, what am I looking for? I don't even know. When you know lots of brain rot, and I know way too much. It's quite amusing to me. And this is Robert Oster's. I was very curious about this ink, so, because it looked unique, because it looks like it's got like a green shimmer. Is that what it is? It's like a greenish, bluish, I don't know. It's a cool shimmer. And I thought it would be fun to try because it's their newest ink. But yeah, I don't know. I am not sure what this is. I'm going to look it up. Okay, so it sounds like they combined two of their already shaken shimmies to get this orangey red. Interesting stuff. I don't know, like, if there's very little information on it and what they were they trying to be STICKII, you know, but that is STICKII is this, and STICKII toilet is this. So, you know, I hear it all the time, and that's where my brain goes, because not only do I have children, but I teach children, so I hear brain rot all the time and have to know what it means because some of it's not appropriate. So I'm not sure, but it's really interesting so far, and it's like I'm really curious to see how it dries. All right, another one is the Robert Oster lipstick red. I'm really excited about this one. Try this out. I think I'm just gonna do these kind of cool looking things that I see. That one. I am not in a doodling mood. I've been working on art all day. Sorry that you're not getting any doodles, but I promise I will have more. So this is Robert Oster's lipstick red. And I remember that it was on my Carmilla by Wearing Ghouls video that somebody mentioned this one. It is definitely a different color than Carmilla. I wonder how close it would be to my favorite Morindi Red by Rower and Klinger, but I think Morindi Red is definitely more orange leaning Kind of if you mix these two together, that you would get the Morinda red. But this one is lovely. I think I'm gonna like having this one, that's for sure. At least for a sample. I am still, you know, I'm trying to find my favorite red. So far it's Captain Hook, and I'm pretty positive that I'm going to be buying a bottle of it. I'm trying to convince myself, no, you don't need a bottle, but I really like that ink. Okay, I think this is another red. I'm in my red phase. I'm trying to be slow, but red phase. This is the Tasha Aka Sakura. Now this one is definitely an orangey red, but it's got this like coral undertone. Already I can see it. It's very bright, but also not. It's so weird. Oh, I like this. It kind of reminds me of if Diamine's Autumn Oak and Ancient Copper got mixed. That's what I think it would look like. Is this, because it's got this pinky undertone with this red. This is lovely. And it's kind of almost orange. I can't tell, you know? That's yeah, I like that color. I really do. And writing it looks really pretty too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some ink explorations here soon. I've been trying to get them all organized. I'm kind of an unorganized hot mess right now. Let's be real. I'm always an unorganized hot mess. I shouldn't say right now. Here's the Dominant Industries Maple. Ooh, that is a lovely, lovely ink. Yeah, I don't know how to describe this one. We'll look at that one for just a few more minutes, or not minutes, seconds here. Dominant Industry. But this is one I've wanted to try since last year, and I don't know why, I just kept putting it off. I think it's because this time of year is when I want to do oranges and reds. Otherwise, I don't really use them. So I also think that's why I was being very, very picky with them as well, because I know myself and I know I'll use them through November and then they will get put away until next year. So I wanted to make sure that I really liked the colors. I could see myself using this Aka Sakura more than just this. Oh, that Skippity is really cool. Look at that. Look at that shimmer. And it's a really lovely orange. That is perfect for the fall. Oh, that's going in a pen right away. But then you can see this one is definitely more purple leaning red, which Carmilla is more like orange leaning red. So that's really pretty though, especially because it's deeper, but not, it's muted, but not bright and orange. I guess that's what the best way I could say it. And then if you can see there, I love this pink undertone. Tasha inks always have some sort of undertone or some interesting color mixing, and that's really pretty. It's very similar to Autumn Oak, but more red, which is cool. All right, this one is Autumn Night. I think it's like Autumn Night After 1,000 Years or In 1,000 Years or something like that, but it just says Autumn Night 1,000 Years. Because you only have so much room on these little labels. I know this is a green ink. Okay. Hello. Am I still in the camera? Yes, I am. Night. I have heard so many good things about this ink, so I thought, all right, I'm placing an order, and it's autumn, and I might as well try this ink already. Yeah, so there's that one. I do like that one a lot. I think it's like almost a grayish green, which is interesting. I have had this one in and out of my cart a lot over the last couple months. The Van Diemen's Mad Half Hour. So I'm very excited about trying this out, because I think a lot of people like this one. Ooh. It's a very pretty dark red leaning purple. It's almost like winey purple. I like that. All right, Van Diemen. Stupid tariffs. Van Diemen's is now gonna cost us more, I think. Makes me mad. But what can we do? I'll still buy the ink. I just get frustrated that we'll have to pay more. Oh well. I am happy to support small businesses though, so. Mad Half Hour, that one. See, a lot of these have shimmer, so I want to see how that goes. And then finally, I wanted to put Kingfisher on the bottom because I do want to put Arctic Blue right underneath it. Because looking at this and this shimmer, they look to be very similar, and so I will be very happy if this Kingfisher isn't the same, so that I don't have a same ink. But if it is very similar, I'm probably gonna pass this one along to somebody else, either in person or online, because I don't need the exact same ink in two different brands. I'm getting better about that. Yes. I do like the way that Tom's Studio ink works, and I do have a friend here in town who loves Tom's Studio ink too, so she's getting her first Twisby tonight from me. So she has not been into fountain pens yet, so I'm excited to introduce her with a Twisby. It's for her birthday, and yeah, she picked the one that she wanted. She picked the Amazonite, which is a lovely one, in a medium nib, which definitely perfect for a beginner. I'm so excited for her. No moo. I'm so excited mostly for me, because then I have another person that's into fountain pens around, and then I'm not the only one. I'm not the lone wolf, and you know, there's something about sharing in a hobby with people, and I think that's why we come to, what do you call it? We come to YouTube for it, so. All right, I think I got enough shimmer. I just want to see how close they are. I do know that this one has a lovely pink sheen, and it's really similar. It's just a little bit bluer than Rora and Klingner's Blue-Eyed Mary, but with shimmer. So I really love this one. And let's see. Okay, so this one is slightly darker, but I don't know in writing when it dries if that is enough for me to notice the difference between these. I'm gonna have to let them dry completely, but yeah, that is really close, definitely. So I'm glad that I remembered that I had a full bottle of this Arctic Blue, because I did have a sample of this Arctic Blue, and then I bought a full bottle because I loved it so much, and I used the sample so fast. So there's a reason, but this one is looking a little different. So we'll see. We'll see when it dries. But let's look at this now that this has dried. Okay, so this is that Yamamoto paper, the Ro-Biki note. So there's with a swatch. There is a little tiny bit of ghosting or bleed through, but otherwise really great, and it shimmers, shows the shimmer property. That was Van Diemen's, what was it, Queenstown Gold Mine or Queen's Gold Mine? Yeah, Queenstown Gold Mine. Elise over at A Whole Latte Plans had this, and she's talked about it multiple times. She uses mixes. I had to get a sample, and so I got this with one of my last orders that I didn't show. But yeah, so there is this. I'm kind of excited about this, especially since this cover is supposed to start to wear like leather. That's really pretty. I really like that. Love it. That is gorgeous, and I'm glad that it holds pen really well. Now my thing is how does it look with marker? And we can see that too. Here is my Tombow. I'm gonna do this kind of over here so I don't, there we go. Goes over my Diamine Forever, no problem. And then, because I like to color with my Tombow in like pretty much everything. It's the Tombows or any of my other like little art markers that are water-based. So it went over the Diamine Forever, no problem. No smudging with the Diamine Forever, which I didn't think. No bleeding or ghosting. Awesome. Okay, that's great. So yeah, this one is the Ro-Biki note. And so I don't know if this is Ro-Biki paper, but it's by Yamamoto. So, and this is, it said it's a wax cover. We use waxed paper, so it gets creases and glossy surface the more you use it. So it does feel a little waxy, which makes sense. But yeah, that's lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, I loved the picture on it. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry, and then I will come back and wrap up my little haul here. It wasn't big. I hope this video didn't get too long. I never know. I try to be as precise and concise as I can be, but I am a chatter by nature. I saw this meme before I go. I saw this meme earlier today that said it had a guy working, and it had on the back, "Please don't talk to me. I'm trying to get my work done and I can't control myself." And that's me. You get me at the water cooler and I will try my hardest to stop the conversation, but I'm really bad at it because I love talking. And I love to get to know people and talk to people. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna pause this and I will be back. Okay, everything's dry. I just put Akasakura into a pen. I'm very excited. It's still in the phase of dealing with it, but we'll get there. I wanted to show the inks. So here we go, Skibbity or Skippity. I'm gonna say Skibbity all the time, not Skip-itty. So there's my brain rot ink. It's not, but it makes me smile, so I'm gonna call it my brain rot ink. I really like it. It's so interesting, and I love that shimmer. I really want to know which two inks they mixed to get that, because they said it was two of their inks that they mixed. And then Lipstick Red. This is lovely, and I do not have anything that looks like this, which is really fun. It doesn't look like Carmilla. Carmilla is definitely lighter and more orange. I think that Maple of the ones that I have would probably be closer to Carmilla. It's not, but it would be closer to Carmilla than Lipstick Red, but it's lovely. I am so excited about this Akasakura. It is like this pinky, orangey coral up here, and then it shades into this lovely, almost burgundy purple, and the writing looks lovely. I'm excited about Maple. I'm trying to decide which pen I want to put this in, but I'm thinking this might be more of a November ink. So maybe I'll do 30 inks in 30 days in November and do that one. And Autumn Night in 1,000 Years is really pretty. And look at those shimmers. So now Kingfisher is slightly lighter than Arctic Blue. Now, when I have been, you know, like when you're thinking about inks and you're thinking about the size pen, this is a fine nib for Pilot. It's a dip nib, so it's a little bit thicker, but these are really similar, and I don't know that there's too much of a difference that I would need both of them. I'm going to try Kingfisher in a pen at the same time as Arctic Blue just to see, but I just may pass that one along because I really do like my Arctic Blue. But yeah, the Mad Half Hour, I skipped over, but that's really pretty too. I like it. So there you go. And that is my haul. It was smaller than most of my hauls, which is exactly the way I wanted it. But I'm really excited about these stickers. I am excited about trying these inks some more. I really do want to get them all in pens, so it's a good thing that I'm doing 30 inks in 30 days. I am going to have an update on that tomorrow. Or, well, I don't know when this one will go up, so it will be after this video. I will have it up, but I plan on filming tomorrow, which that doesn't matter to you, but it will be up. And then the Teranishi, all the Teranishi inks that I have, or their one line, the Teranishi guitar line, if I can remember correctly. But what they have out besides their like glitter and their I think they call it like Irori. I cannot remember, but those ones I do not have. I just got their standard inks. And so I wanted to do all of them because I have been just loving Teranishi inks lately. So that is coming up. Let me know down in the comments if you've used any of these inks, what you think of them. Yeah, do you have Arctic Blue? And yeah, do you see how similar they are? I mean, they are slightly different. When you look at Arctic Blue, it is darker just by like a hair. And so it's really hard, but these ones are all really, really interesting. But I'm still laughing at myself in this ink. So yeah, let me know anything. Otherwise, let me know what you're inking up and what you're loving lately. And I will see you in the next video. Bye now.